Hey, this is Nick with Big Iron Fabrications. Last night I was sipping on a wobble pop and editing the last video talking about all the things that are wrong with my truck, so kind of got inspired and thought I'd go ahead and make another video. We're going to be looking at the floor pans and the cab mounts today, see how bad they really are, and we'll kind of formulate on a plan, try to figure out what we're going to do with it. Alright, so if you watched the video from the other day, you already know what some of the major problems are with the cab of my truck. Floor pans are completely gone, cab mounts are basically gone, cab corners are starting to get a little rust in it. The rockers, both inner and outer, are surprisingly okay. Could use a few little patches, but I think what we're going to go ahead and get done is we're going to get the seat pulled out, we're going to get rid of the Texas size mouse nest, take the self tappers out of the shifter boot, get this vinyl floor pulled up, get everything kind of cleaned up, figure out what's what, and then if we get brave enough, I think we're going to go ahead and try to cut out these patch panels that a previous owner, maybe not the previous owner, but a previous owner put in, and see what these floors actually look like. Hopefully they're not too bad, but I'm not holding out hope. So if I remember correct, on the previous 66 I own, I think there's 4 bolts on each side that are actually holding the seat in. 2 in the front here and 2 in the back. I'm going to get those broke loose on this side, get them broke loose on the other side, and hopefully we'll have this seat out here pretty quick. As you can see right there, there's the 2 captured nuts that are on the bottom of the floor support. That's for the front of the seat. And there's 2 more right there for the back. So it looks like I was correct. There's only 8 bolts that are actually holding this seat in. Alright, so at least on these front bolts, and more than likely on the back bolt, they're all 9/16. So we're just going to get these zipped out real quick and pull the seat on out. Alright, so instead of forcing you guys to watch me struggle with every bolt, I've just stuck the old GoPro up on the windshield and we'll just do a time lapse. How about that? Alright, there we go. The seat is completely free. Now I just got to get my seat belts out from the seat. Should be fine. What the hell is that? Anybody need an AC control knob? Get my good camera out the way so I don't smash it. Alright, so there we go. Seat's out. I just got to go through and clean everything. Ooh, a nickel. Look at that. I've already made money back on this truck. Sweet. Alright. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and get the old vacuum fired up, and we're going to suck up all this shit and surprise. Oh yeah, flathead screwdriver. Now, just as a warning, this vacuum does sound like it's about ready to die. That's primarily because it's about ready to die. It's on its last legs. Starting to seize up. Alright, well now that we got everything vacuumed out of it, well, for the most part, there's still some shit in here. Now that we got the most of it vacuumed out, we're going to go ahead and get these self-tappers out, pull this vinyl up, and really get a good picture of what the floor looks like. Actually, no, fuck that. We're not going to take the self-tappers out. Well, that was slightly embarrassing. There we go. Now that was cool. We're just going to cut around this, then just take everything out, because I'm way too fucking lazy to try to get all the self-tappers out. Something you'll kind of find out about me. I'm real fucking lazy. Now remember, kids, when you're cutting, always cut towards yourself. That way, so if you accidentally stab yourself, you got something cool to put up on YouTube. Perfect. Even perfecter. The most perfect. All right, it's free. Now let's get this shit pulled out of here. See what we got. All right. Well, the shit that they put in, I mean, other than being gone in certain places, actually isn't terrible. So they had most of it held in with fucking silicone. Who does that? I know I'm certainly gonna hold myself to a higher standard than that, even though, you know, most of my standards are pretty low, but not on this one. Alright, so here's what we got in terms of floor pans. The previous owner, or a previous owner, these floor pans are, the original floor pans are just so fucking rotted out. I mean, they're gone, man. Shit, I don't even know where to fucking start. So, when the floor pans rotted out, the original floor pans, they just went and got some sheet metal, and relatively thin sheet metal at that, and basically just cut it out into the shape of the floor pan as a flat piece, laid it in here, welded in, sorry, these couple of tabs right here to hold them in place. There's another one right there. They just welded in. Then the flat piece that's on the floor, they laid it in first. Oh, get it the fuck out of here, wasp. Sorry, wasp. Anyways, this floor piece that, you know, actually supports your feet and all that is just laid in there flat, and they kind of bend it up. And then they got another section and laid it on top of that, going up where it connects with the upper part going into the firewall, which hopefully, really hoping my firewall's not ate out up there. I mean, the pans I'm going to be getting will go up to that, but I really hope I don't have to cut up that far. As you can see, I don't know what they were doing. They stuffed tinfoil in there. This is just, it's a fucking nightmare. I decided not to cut into it today because the the gas tank behind me. I think the filler neck's rotted out because I can smell gas, and I really don't feel like setting myself and my truck on fire. So I think that's going to be it on this side. Over here, they did basically the same thing. You see the big hole there? That's just another piece of flat plate. I don't even think they welded it in. They just laid it in and used silicone to hold it in place. That's the top up there. I think it's the same thing. It's another piece of just flat plate that they laid in and just siliconed it in. I could be wrong, but I'm not really for sure. We're gonna have to cut into it and see what everything looks like. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is I've got a big LED work light up underneath the truck, and I'll get it plugged in so we can have better lighting under there than, you know, the last video. Everything was super dark. I tried to lighten everything up the best I could. It's the first time I've used Premiere Pro 2020, so I'm still getting it figured out. But we're going to get you up underneath the truck, show you what these cab mounts look like, show you what the floorboards look like from underneath on both sides, and just see, you know, what kind of big project we're going to be doing. Alright, well, as you can see, the help if I put on the glove the right way. The cab mount where it actually meets the floor pan is gone. Actual floor pan, while it's, I mean, crusty as shit, down in here really isn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, you know, it's still bad when you can pull bits of floor pan out, but main portion of the floor pan's not bad. Except there's all this shit. I don't know. Oh, but that's gonna be a lovely shot. Probably have to give you a wipe now. There we go. Maybe that's better. But yeah. Top of that floor pan is just gone. I know I've said that 20,000 times, but you know, it doesn't make it any less true. But yeah, so that's fun. That's probably a nasty mess. I don't know if you can see everything again, but maybe if you turn this way. And, oh, you know, if you get the opportunity to work in a gravel driveway underneath a real fucking shit box, I'd really recommend doing it. It's fun. So anyways, yeah, there's all the floorboards and all the tinfoil that they put up underneath the truck. Why they put the tinfoil there, I have no fucking idea. It's like they were trying to warm burritos or something. But yep, there it is. Ah, great. Just fan-fucking-tastic. Alright, well, I don't know if I'm doing you any favors with that particular view, but, you know, it is what it is. The floor pan here is it's not completely gone. I mean, certainly better than the driver's side. Cab mount is mildly okay, actually. I mean, I'm still going to have to replace it because, I mean, it's coming apart. I got that nice big-ass hole there, so I'm going to have to get that figured the fuck out. But, this side, not too upset about it. You know, cab support's gone. But surprisingly enough, my inner and outer rockers are totally fine. Totally fine. So at least I don't have to cut those out. But, yeah, this is the kind of fun that you can expect to have when you buy a 53, 54-year-old shitbox that's just crustier than fuck. And, you know, there you go. Well, there's the underneath of it. Alright, so what have I learned today? Well, to be honest with you, probably a whole lot of jack shit. I mean, I got the seat pulled out, so I mean that's good. Got rid of that shit vinyl fucking rubber floor mat, so that's good. Oh, found out that things are a lot worse than I thought they were on one side, and actually a lot better than I thought they were on the other. So, plans going ahead is I'm going to get new floor pans, got to get new cab mounts, got to get the new floor supports for the center of the floor pan. Got to cut out a bunch of junk, like the floor pans that the previous owner or a previous owner had, you know, slapped in there and called it good enough. Got to get all that shit cut out and see what it's going to be like. I'm hoping that the driver's side up near the firewall isn't bad, because I really don't want to cut up that far. I know I'm going to have to cut up that far on the passenger side because it's rotting out up there. Kick panels, I'm going to have to cut some metal out, weld that back in. I have to fix some of the door jamb up near the driver's fender because it's starting to go. Overall, I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think the worst part of it is just getting the cab mount swapped out, because I've never done that. Well, honestly, I've never done floor pans either, but I know enough to actually do the floor pans. The rest of the truck looks pretty solid. I feel like a little bit of an idiot for buying this truck. I mean, I love it. It's a cool ass truck, and I know all the work's going to be well worth the pain and suffering I'm going to go through getting it fixed up how I want it. But it's just like what I paid for it, and I'm not going to specify what I paid for it. I paid way too much for this truck. In the end, it's going to be cool. I'm going to be proud of it because, you know, it's something I fixed up, something I've always wanted. Like I said, not the first or second 66 F100 that I've ever owned. First one was definitely a lot more solid than this, and I paid the right price for it. I only paid $100 for it. But unfortunately, school ran out of time, ran out of money. You know, needed a roof over my head more than I needed a classic truck. And honestly, it's kind of the same way with this one. Do I really need a classic truck to work on? No. I've got other bills that need to be paid, but this is something that I've really wanted to do, and my loving wife, who, you know, she probably questions my sanity on a daily basis, she allowed me to do this, and I'm super grateful. She's being a trooper with me, wanting to make these videos. In fact, she's actually wanting to invest in some of the equipment so she can start making some videos too. She's a photographer. I'll link down to her stuff down in the description. But yeah, big mess, but it's gonna be a fun project. Got a lot of neat stuff coming up. Oh, there's an ambulance. I don't know if you guys seen that. My neighbor's probably also wondering what the fuck I'm doing. This has probably gone on too long, so we're gonna call it here. Remember, Rich from DeBoss Garage is putting on the International Quarantine Car Show. Put a link down in the description for his website, the car show. It's going to be a really cool time. A lot of neat shit going on. I've seen a lot of really cool hot rods. There's a couple other 66 F100s and F250s. One of them that I'm really excited about, and I've been following this dude since I've joined in with like F100 World and all that. His name's Jesse Billman, and he's built a 66 F100. He's done the Crown Vic swap, I think it's 2015 Mustang IRS, and he's put a 2JZ in it, which, I mean, I know for the purists, you're probably real pissed off. I love that kind of shit, real out there kind of stuff. I'll put a link down to, you know, his channel and all that, so you can see those videos of his 2JZ powered 66. It's just fucking cool. I think that's going to do it for this video. I know I'm probably going to be up real late tonight, drinking a few wobble pops and getting this video edited just like I did with the other one. Probably wasn't very interesting, but if you liked it and you want to see more, you want to see this project come along, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can get all the notifications for it. Try to get a couple more videos put out this week. Next one I think is going to be ripping the head off the motor and trying to get my head gasket replaced, because I think that's what my main issue is on that. So catch you guys later.